Hello everyone, Etta here. I thought I'd try something different for a change. I was sitting down enjoying my Friday evening and watching a chat and chop, and I was reminded of the fact that several times Kim has asked for me to do a chat and chop, and today I had one from Kandice, and I keep thinking to myself, I can't do this. Like something that you would want, maybe you don't want to know about me, but I am not a multitasker. I tell my coworker, sometimes I'm in the middle of typing an email or something, and she's asking me something. I'm like, hold on, let me finish typing what I'm writing. I was like, I can't do two things at one time. So, I could very well sit here and start talking to you and then not chop, or I'll start chopping and I'll forget that I'm talking to you. So we're gonna try. I don't know. You didn't have the opportunity to ask me any questions because I'm doing this on the fly, which, like me, different, weird. I always do things differently. But I thought I'd take advantage of it because hubby had to go to bed. I'm going to go ahead and grab my stuff. Hubby went to bed because he has to get up like at 4 a.m. to go to work. And the boys went to the football game this evening and asked if they could spend the night over at their friend's house. So hubby said, sure, go ahead. So for now, it's just me and Zena. And Zena's kind of conked out on the sofa over there, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try to do this. I normally do this in the sunroom on the actual like dining room table, but I couldn't figure out like where to put the microphone, where I could put the camera. I wanted to bring in at least one of my lights in here because it's nighttime. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. So I thought, well, let me do this in basically the kitchen, right? This is the little dinette table in the kitchen. I have a very small kitchen. So I need a sip of water. So I thought I would do this. I've already pre-warmed this loaf, and this is a loaf that I got from L3 Waxy Wonders. I had written down that I got it on June 23rd, and it is espresso, cinnamon sugar. Today is October 3rd. So I'm going to chop that up. Earlier today, I did chop while I was waiting for hubby to get home from work, and I was finished with my work day. I went ahead and chopped up my loaf that I had gotten from Britta's, not the one that I just did the video for, but the previous order, where I had gotten ooey gooey coffee, and I had gotten a loaf of that, and I just wanted to show you. I double bagged it so to keep it real secure, but check out all the colors. The colors in her loaf are just gorgeous. So ooey gooey coffee has coffee, espresso, sugar cookie, and butter brickle, and caramelized pralines. Boy, does this smell good. All right, so I've got tried to bring my little setup in here of what I use. I have like a old cutting board that we don't use for anything else. I've got my ridged cutter. I have just a regular one that I use to scrape the board when it gets full of little wax pieces. But like I said, this one I already warmed it, so hopefully that'll work. And I'm going to try to talk while I do this, but you will see that I probably shouldn't do these videos. I am not one to do this and talk at the same time. So not really sure what you would want to know about me. I think I'm pretty open in my videos. I try to chit chat while I'm talking to y'all about wax and stuff. I've said before in a video that I am originally from New Orleans. I grew up in the New Orleans area. Met my husband. I am an introvert. I am a very quiet person and very shy when I don't know you. And I was working at the DoubleTree Hotel many, many years ago. And the lady that I worked with, her daughter was getting married. And Larry was going to be the best man. And she told me that she wanted to introduce me to Larry. Well, I knew as the mother of the bride, she did not have time for that. So probably for the first time in my life, I actually approached him at the wedding, at the reception. And some, weird introduction that I made, like, oh, so you're the best man. But pretty much from that point on, so let's see, the wedding was the end of October. I want to say it was like October 29th. So a little over a month away before that anniversary, I guess. So we met like October 29th. We got engaged for Christmas, and then we got married the following June. So let's see, and we got married in 1994. So we've been married a long time now, and so yes, I'm dating myself. I am pretty old. I am 56, and not afraid to say it. I feel like that's a badge of honor every year that you survive. Sometimes I feel like in this world. I love my husband very much. We have 3 boys. They're actually adopted because I don't think I could have children. So we lost our home during Katrina, and the place that I worked for at the time moved the company out to Houston. And at the time, my husband thought, okay, it'll be easier for me to find a job out here than for you to find a new job in New Orleans with all of the destruction from Katrina and have to rebuild the home and all that. So after we came out here, we made the decision, I don't know, maybe a year or so after, we made the decision, yes, we want to adopt. And we went through that process. We took classes, we, met with the psychologist, we did all the stuff that you had to do. And we had to kind of do the foster to adopt, knowing though that we wanted to adopt. And it worked out really well for us because very shortly after we finished the whole process of what we had to do, it was funny, we had actually booked a vacation. Well, we were going to go on vacation. My husband works for the airlines, so we have to fly standby. So we were waiting until the very end, and we were going to take a trip. We hadn't decided if we were either going to go to Italy or Paris. And right before we were going to do that, we got a call from CPS telling us that they had 3 boys that they wanted to place with us. And they wanted to bring them basically right before we were going to leave to go on vacation. And we thought, you know what? Italy will be there. Paris will be there. Let's do this. And those are our boys that we have. They are wonderful boys. Of course, they are boys and they can drive you crazy. But it's, so I try to remember, as awful as Katrina was, and we lost our home and we moved and left the city that we both grew up in. If that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have the 3 boys that we have now. So, sometimes what you see as a hardship can actually be a blessing at the end. So I try to look at it that way. I don't say that I'm always the most positive person. I'm not going to claim to be. But I try. I do. Let's see. I said I was from New Orleans. Larry is from New Orleans also. Well, actually, I'm not going to go into all that. But because I'm trying to think, he wasn't originally from New Orleans, but we met in New Orleans. And let's see, I have 2 sisters. I am the middle child. My older sister is the one who's come to visit me lately, and she watches my videos. Hi, Bessie. And I love her dearly. I love both of my sisters dearly. I believe the youngest one's probably just not into wax, so that's fine. I mean, we all have our hobbies or our interests, what we like to do. She is a big sports fan. She probably knows every team member on every football team there is. But let's see, what else? I've mentioned before that I work in payroll. I've been doing payroll for many, many years. Let's see, I got my degree in accounting. After I got my degree, it was during a time when finding a job was tough. I mean, tough. I remember I had my college degree, going on interviews, being told that I was interviewing against CPAs and MBAs, and it was a really tough job market at that time of my life. So but again, things work out, right? I was having a hard time finding a job, found a job at a hotel, and had I not been at that hotel, I wouldn't have worked with the lady who basically introduced me to Larry. So it all works out. So what else? I love wax. As you know, I love to melt wax. My favorite things are manly scents, followed by, I guess, earthy, woodsy. I do love coffee scents. I'm getting quite a bit of it now. Just finished chopping up here my L3 Waxy Wonders Espresso Cinnamon Sugar. Today is October 3rd. And actually, the person I was watching was chopping up Today is October 3rd. And he started to say Today is October. And I was thinking, no, it's not. And then I realized he was talking about the wax. Today is October 3rd. And it made me think, for, I'm going to go ahead and double bag this to keep it more secure. I was thinking, for September, what was it, the 21st, first day of fall, I warmed the Scentsy bar of first day of fall, right? I felt like that was the appropriate day to do that. And when I saw him doing the chopping for that wax, and it made me think, I need to warm Today is October 3rd on October 3rd. I think that would be an appropriate thing to do. So hopefully you have something that has Today is October 3rd in it. And let's see, I'm probably not gonna be able to get this in here. And I'm doing it right in front of the microphone. As you can see, hey, there's the microphone that I'm talking about sometimes on my videos. I tried to bring everything over here as best I could. I only brought one light. Hopefully it's not creating too much of a glare on my glasses. I guess for this purpose, I probably don't need my glasses. Try putting them down. I can't really see the camera that good, but I think I could see well enough not to chop my fingers off. So, and at least this way you're not getting any kind of glare. And if I have to put them on for something, then I can. All right, so here is today, the espresso cinnamon sugar. Today is October 3rd. And let's see, I have another one, but I think I'm gonna move to some of the smaller pieces. The other loaf I brought in here was another one from L3 Waxy Wonders, and I got it on, I should have left the glasses on. I think it says June 10th. I know it says June. And, June 10th, that's actually my anniversary. So this one actually is from L3 Waxy Wonders. It's Movie Night Cookie Therapy. And bakery scents for me don't always work all that well unless it's a more savory one, more like something that has like zucchini bread or something like that. Or just what I find to be a stronger bakery scent. I'm not sure this one's going to be, but this one came in a mystery box. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm always willing to try them. I don't know how well it will do for me, but I will probably chop it up soon because one, it is from June. It's definitely cured. And once I chop it up, if I feel like it's not really doing all that well for me, then I'll probably take pieces of it and send it to my nieces and stuff like that. Probably not my sister who was here, because we determined that she's not that big into that kind of stuff, into like the bakery stuff. All right, so one of the things that I do, I don't know if you could see, there's a bunch of debris left on my board here. So I like to take the scraper and kind of scrape the board and get as much of the wax off that way. Probably making a bunch of noise on the microphone, sorry. But try to pick this up. And then I try to keep at least one loaf pan around, and actually it still has a little debris in there. And I'll put the little shavings and stuff that I pick up. Sometimes, like when I'm doing it, maybe a little tiny piece falls off of the wax, and it's not worth trying to put in the bag, because I mean, you know, if it's like this big, I'm not putting that in a warmer, right? So I'll put it in here, and I had quite a bit in here yesterday, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go, I have my warmer that my brother-in-law made me over there, and I've been using those little cups that you could put in the dish, right, so that easy to clean kind of thing. I just took this over there and I dumped all the little shavings into the dish, and it basically was, you know, like a mishmash of scents. And I tell you what, it actually smelled really good. It did a nice job in the kitchen. And I thought, you know, that way I'm not wasting the little tiny bit of shavings. Like, you know, right now there's just a little tiny bit, and it'll continue to accumulate in there when I cut pieces and stuff. And when I think it has enough, then I'll put it in the dish again. So this one is one of my jack-o'-lanterns that I got from Britta's, and this is Coffee with Dracula. So I mentioned that one in my loaf when I was talking about the Bordeaux color that it had. I think, yeah, it says pour date of 7:30. I'm surprised I'm able to even see that at all. So I'm pretty sure that Britta's, I don't even need to warm. I think it cuts pretty well. I think because of the layering though, it does have a tendency to kind of separate at the colors. Not every time, but sometimes. So let's see, I think I'm gonna chop off the little head, not the head, but you know, the stem part of the jack-o'-lantern. And that'll be like one piece there. And you see, there we go. It's separated right where the pink is. So just kind of put that to the side. And then from there, I'm gonna chop it into threes, I think. Cause I mean, he's pretty thick, you know, got a nice thick layer of wax. So, and from there, try to chop those in half so that I wind up with like 7 pieces, right? Oh my gosh, this smells good. I can smell the cherry. I kind of wish I had asked y'all to leave me some questions so that I'd have some information to give you, because I don't know what you might want to know about me. I don't really think I have much interesting of value to say. I like to talk about wax. I like to tell y'all my opinions, whether you find them useful or not, I don't know. I hope that you do. I like to hear what you think about scents and whether they do well for you or combinations that you come up with. I love to hear that kind of stuff because, you know, I love to mix, and I do have quite a collection, I think, going right now of Kay's scented melts. More so because, you know, if you've been watching my videos, you know I've been working on trying to find a scent for Sherlock, and I'm still working on that. And I kind of took a break from it, especially since the last set of wax that I got that I want to use for the testing, I need to let it sit. I need to let it cure for a little while. So I'm kind of taking a break from that. And I was thinking about it earlier. I think I've got my little trolleys that I keep in my room where I usually film. And I think I'm going to use maybe like the top rack of one of the trolleys to put just K's clamshells, because I tend not to pull those for just everyday warming. I have Scentsy, I have Britta's, I have L3, I have Rose Girls, I have Hayden Row, I have Vintage Chic Scents. I've got a variety of things that I can use. So I don't have to use K's for like the everyday stuff. And I say that because I like to do customs, and I actually have a couple of customs. I have an order that came in recently. I didn't even do a video, partially because I was thinking about, I'm still working on Sherlock. I have some other customs that I want to do for some other scents that I had come up with, and I'm hoping to be able to get Sherlock done. And I thought maybe once I had those customs, then I'd have like a grouping of customs that I could go over with you. And I do have, I did pick up some of the new scents because I wanted to try those, and I wanted to help support some of the people who had their blends picked to be part of, I guess, like the lineup, right? Just in case you're curious, I don't think it's a big thing. I think it's an honor that Carla did ask me that she wanted to put one of mine in the lineup, and that was and I almost said, "Are you kidding me?" Of course. Like I told her, I said I would love it. I said, for no reason more than the fact that it would make things easier for me when I want to buy that one again. I don't have to buy the big custom if I don't want to. If I just want to get a clamshell, I'd be able to do it like that. So mine was called Jazz Club, and if you'd seen my video before when I did one from K's with customs, that was in there, and it was in honor of New Orleans. I had also done king cake and a pecan praline king cake, so it was in that same video. So I was beyond thrilled when she said she wanted to include it in there. So but I did have some other customs that I ordered recently, and again, I have other ones that I want to work on. So I've been thinking about maybe who would I consider some of my favorite. You see, I'm talking, so I'm not chopping, right? Can't do two things at once. Who some of my favorite vendors are. I haven't bought from a ton of people. I kind of like having my current selection of vendors be, I would say, rather limited, because I am sure there are a ton of vendors out there, and I'm not saying that I don't ever want to try their stuff, but I really wanted to get a good feel for the select ones that I have purchased from. And I have to say, I have favorites for different reasons. I think like Britta's, I think her wax smells fantastic. I love it. I love the designs. I love the care that she puts into it. I love the scents. I love the depth of the scents that I smell. I love the fact that she is very engaged in her business. She is very quick to respond. She's very active on her Facebook group. I think that's awesome. I love Kay's. I think Carla is a wonderful person. I've had many conversations with her. She is a very nice lady. I think she does a wonderful job. I love the fact that you don't have to wait for an RTS. You don't have to wait for customs kind of thing. You can just go online and basically do that yourself. Play, if you're huge into bakery and you know that you like certain things, you can kind of play around and pick some scents and make your own customs, and maybe even make like a couple of customs and then blend those together in your own home, right? I think that's awesome. And she's very efficient. I think she takes a lot of pride in her work and wants to put out a great product and great with response. I love dealing with Carla. I love L3 for the variety that she has. The fact that she is the type of person that will pour things that you request. For instance, in the last pop-up that she was going to have, which was I think it was September 17th, I think. I had requested, when she was talking about the leaves and whatever, the shapes, I was like, hey, would you consider doing this blend? It wasn't like something that she has, right? It was something that I was kind of like thinking about kind of coming up with. It's not like I had even tested it. I was just wondering, and I said, hey, if you would kind of smell it beforehand, right? Which I didn't hear anything back, but when I saw the list of things that were getting poured, it was in there. So and she's done that twice now for me. I think that's awesome. I think she works really hard to try to please everyone, to try to get everybody what they want, to create a gazillion scents, to have so many of them. I had an issue once with something, and it really wasn't. I thought I might have gotten the wrong scent, and she actually re-poured it for me and sent it to me, and she didn't need to do that. And I thought that was great customer service. I don't think she's very active on the website, the Facebook group, but probably because she's so busy, I would think. And I understand that. And I would say I love Rose Girls and Hayden Rowe for a lot of their scents. I mean, I've never really spoken to either one. I think I had one small conversation with Christina from Hayden Rowe, and very pleasant, no problem or anything. And I know that she's probably as active as she probably can be. I think they're all very busy people. I think we all are. And I just truly enjoy a lot of the scents that they have. Case in point, I had gotten Breath of God from Hayden Rowe, and my husband loved that scent, and he wanted me to go back and get more. So I went back and I got 2 more loaves because he really liked that scent, and we wanted to make sure, hey, I am not experienced enough with all these vendors to know, I know that L3 pours request a lot, so that I'm aware of, but I'm not so sure about Rose Girls and Hayden Rowe. I'm not familiar enough with them to know that. And you see, here's a little tiny piece that just kind of fell off, so that goes in the little bucket, so that on another day I've got, the dog's gonna come running over here soon. But there are several Destination Wax. I think their wax is amazing. They have some just different scents that I like. Basically, it says it in the name, right? Destination Wax. It's like mango sticky rice I never picked up the mango, but the fact that there was a mango sticky rice, that there was a Thai temple something. There's these, coast of Sicily, just these destination themed scents. I love that. That is just exotic to me, and I like that. I think I mentioned before, like my altar table that's right over there, it's Oriental. My dining room table, it's Oriental. I have Oriental statues in my foyer. I love Oriental pieces, and I love the idea of things from other areas. I think that's amazing and beautiful, and to possibly experience it in the form of a scent, something that would maybe make you think of that. I think that's awesome. So put this in the bag. Again, I can't do this and talk at the same time, so you'll probably realize why I haven't done these before. I am enjoying talking to you. I wish I did have some questions to be able to answer for you. I don't know what you might want to know. I've said what I went to school for, that I'm married, that I'm a super old lady. I have 3 kids. I have a dog, which you possibly have seen if you've watched my videos. She is a beautiful Doberman, and again, she's like knocked out on the sofa over there. That's her bed. I keep like a sofa cover on it, and I have a couple of different sofa covers, so like I'll pull that one off and throw it in the washing machine and then put the other one on so that she has something to get on. But she is very good about that. Like if we don't have a cover on it for whatever reason, maybe because it's in the washing machine or whatever, she won't get up on the sofa while there's nothing on there. It's like she recognizes that she's not supposed to be on it if there's nothing there. All right, I'm gonna do these. Oh, okay, so this one. Oh, here's one. I haven't quite experienced this vendor yet. This is a coffee scent that I picked up from Rainbow Melts in Espresso Royal Sugar Cookie. I hope that's what it says. So I'm gonna chop this one up. It looks like maybe a unicorn or a horse. I'm not sure. Yeah, unicorn. It's a unicorn. And so my first experience with them will pretty much be probably this, because I think I have a couple of pieces. I didn't just buy this one piece. I think I know it wasn't a very big order. It was probably maybe 4 or 5 pieces. What's the date on this? 7/11. So this may be one of those ones that, because it's mixed with royal sugar cookie, a bakery cookie, which I said I have a hard time smelling things like cookie unless it's really, really strong. I feel like it's, at least to me, I feel like it might be diluting the espresso, so I don't get a very strong scent from it. I mean, I smell it, it's just not really strong. Like, I like my coffee to be strong. So I was looking at, who is it? It's not Rose Girls, because she's still in the process of getting her new building ready and her website and all that stuff, because I think she didn't have any internet and stuff. So, yeah, it was Hayden Rowe. She had her September something Shooting Stars or something that launched today. And I am contemplating, I had gotten a couple of samples because I said I had ordered the Breath of God, and that came in today. And with that came some samples. And let's see, I got a sample of Let It Go. And I had my husband smell it, and he was like, oh yeah, like, yeah, like we need to get that one. And I was like, okay, good. Not that he's going to tell me I can't get something, because he's not like that. He is a very wonderful, wonderful husband and very supportive. I truly appreciate that. Now this one's kind of crumbling on me. Hopefully it'll do okay. I kind of lost my train of thought again. Can't do the two things at one time. Can't do the chopping and talking, because the brain is like, which one are we doing? Are we thinking about what we're chopping, or are we thinking about what we're talking about? Here I go saying, I hate that. I try not to do that, but I think we're all guilty of it sometimes. I like I said, I am an introvert, and I don't have a problem being quiet. I actually enjoy it, and I think my father was probably an introvert. He seemed to me to be an introvert, and we would ride together to work. When I first started working, we worked like across the street from each other, so we would ride in together. And again, being an introvert, I don't have a problem being quiet. Like I'm not one of those people that feels like they have to fill in the space with talk. Like I am perfectly content to just sit there quietly. I have no problem with that. And so when my father and I would ride together to work, most of the time I didn't have, I mean, if I didn't have anything to say, I didn't say anything, right? I mean, if I wanted to tell him about something, or we're having a conversation about something, that's one thing. But if I didn't have anything to say, I just didn't talk. And our ride was about, 30 to 35 minutes, something like that. So there were many, many mornings. We probably both talked a little bit more in the evening. Maybe it was the idea that we hadn't had our coffee in the morning. We spent many mornings riding to work, not saying anything. We'd get there, and most of the time he let me drive, and then he would park the car for me so that I could get to work a little faster. We would ride all the way to work, and not a single word until it was time to get out of the car. And he'd say, okay, you're gonna get out at whatever time, meet me. Like I would get out a little earlier than him, a few minutes earlier. I'd walk to the car, get it out, and then I'd wait for him by the door where he would come out. And then we could just drive away. And I'd say, yeah, that was it. That was the conversation for the whole morning. But I think every now and then, maybe he felt a little more talkative or something. But I still remember driving to work one day with him, and complete silence as usual. And all of a sudden he said, can you please be quiet? You're giving me a headache. And all I could do was laugh. I just laughed, because he had to break the ice some kind of way. I guess he felt like, my goodness, is my daughter ever going to say anything? No, not really. I don't have to. In fact, on my first date with Larry, he made reservations at a restaurant in New Orleans, and we had reservations now. We got there, and they still told us that it would be an hour wait. And so we went to the bar area to just kind of stand around, because that's where everybody was standing while they were waiting. And it was extremely noisy. So here I am. It's a first date. I don't really know him that well. It's extremely noisy. And I don't like to yell. I don't want to yell to somebody who I don't really know that well, and there's a bunch of people around. And I didn't want him to have to like yell in my ear. I can't stand somebody tells you something and you're like, what? And they tell you again, you're like, what? And I don't want to go, oh, when I really can't hear, right? No. So we were waiting, standing around in the bar area, and I just flat out told him, I said, hey, don't feel like you have to tell me anything. Don't feel like you have to talk because it's really noisy in here. And I just wanted him to feel at ease. I wanted him to feel like you don't have to fill in the air basically with conversation when we can save that for when we're at the table, and you can't hear in here anyways. So, and kind of like with my dad, Larry and I can drive someplace and be perfectly quiet for 20, 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden one of us will have something to say, and we do, but we don't all the time. So I don't know, maybe you didn't know that about me, because if you're watching my video, I'm pretty much talking the whole time, which is extremely different for me. I don't like to talk a lot. I can't stand to talk on the phone. In fact, we do have a landline, but it's basically one of those internet ones, right? It's not like the old Ma Bell, when you had the old phone in your home like we did when I was growing up. So we do have a house phone, and every now and then it rings. Nobody knows the number. Very few people. I basically had it so that my kids could talk to their friends if they wanted to before they had cell phones. And we like having it for, like more like emergency or something like that. If that phone rings, I don't answer it. I don't. I have even had like really stressful days, really just a day of work where I just wanted quiet. I just wanted everything to kind of just go away. And I've had family call me, and I've handed the phone to my husband, and I'm like, here you go. Like, you answer it, and then once you talk to them, I'll probably be ready to talk. But it's kind of one of those, I just don't like to talk on the phone. I just don't. I love my family. I love my friends. I don't know. I don't like to talk on the phone. I'm one of those people. Let's see. I prefer to text. Probably not email. I think my email gets lost. I wind up with a lot of junk email, so I don't tend to look at that as much. I try to look at text, but even those, sometimes I don't. What I'm really bad about is I put my phone on silent when I'm going to bed, because I don't want my phone to make any noise to wake my husband up. But then I have the really bad habit, probably because I don't like to talk on the phone, and I don't like to really be on the phone. I have the very bad habit of not remembering to take it off of silent afterwards in the morning. And or like Sunday, we get up in the morning and get ready for going to church. I don't want my phone going off in church, so I turn it on silent. And there have been many times where my nephew has tried to FaceTime me and or call me, because he's like one of the only people I'll actually answer for. Him and my sisters. And yeah, it depends on the day. And he's tried to call me, and I'll finally see maybe hours later, I realize, I didn't take my phone off of silent, and I turn it back on. I don't check it to see if anybody's called me. I just turn it back on. And then, maybe an hour or so later, the phone rings again, and he's like, I tried calling you a bunch of times. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I had it on silent. I forgot to turn it back on. And of course, I didn't bother to check it, because I don't like to talk on the phone. So anyways, I've done a lot of talking already, and not sure you got much out of it. So I'm going to review this video before I upload it, because if I watch it and think, oh, heck no, I would not want to watch this, I'm not going to upload it. If I do, it's because, I don't know, because I decided, why not, right? I mean, if you want to know who I am that crazy, weird, quiet introvert who loves wax, who loves hanging out with you, but doesn't really get to hang out with you like I would like to. I'm not very fun. I don't think I am. I like to have fun, but I truly appreciate all of you. I truly appreciate the time that you spend with me, the time that you take out of your day to watch any of my videos, to leave me a comment, to say nice things that cheer me up. It means the world to me. And it means, as much as I love wax and I enjoy melting it, you mean more than that. When I'm the type of person that when you've touched my heart, you stay there. There's no getting out of my heart after that. I love hanging out with you. I hope to continue to do so. I hope that I can bring some kind of joy into your life, even if it's just for a few moments. I hope that I can bring some levity, some fun, some laughter on a day when you're feeling stressed and you just needed a little release. That's all I want to do for you. I want to make you happy. I want to give you some hints, some tips, some ideas. I want to share what I think about scents, because I like to hear what other people think also. So, because it gives us ideas of, do I think I'm going to like that? Is it something that I think I might like? I like to watch lots of people, right? But there are certain people that I maybe enjoy watching because I think that they like a lot of the scents that I like. And so when they get a new product, I'm anxious to watch that because I want to hear what they think. Because if we do have a similar taste preference in wax, then if they say they really, really like something, then I'm more apt to want to get it. Now, if they're talking about bakery, kind of like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, probably not. I kind of take my own chances on that one. But like manly scents, earthy scents, those kind of things, I definitely want to hear about it. And then there are people that I watch who they just have a zeal and a passion for the scents themselves, and that is just so intoxicating to be able to, it just swoops you in, and you get all excited about what they're saying and what they think of the scent. And I truly love that. I enjoy that, and I hope that I can bring even a tenth of that to you. I love being out here with you. I love sharing my ideas with you and time with you. And I hope that you'll come back again. I didn't even get to this poor jack-o'-lantern. And again, I said, I can't do two things at one time. I am not a multitasker, so I did more talking than chopping. And I kind of thought that's what was going to happen. So anyways, until next time, enjoy your scents, enjoy your day, and enjoy your journey. Talk to you later. Bye.